I'm a welder, 40 years under a hood. I live alone on a big farm now. It used to be me, my wife, Maria, and the kids. Cancer took her. The kids moved out. It's just me and my dog, Bosley. I like late-night walks around the property. The stillness keeps my head straight. I've walked that loop hundreds of times. I know every hinge, every board, every way this house complains when the weather changes. If you ever see someone standing in a window you sealed shut years ago, don't go in alone. I did. And I learned there are sounds a farmhouse makes, and sounds it remembers. I'm a welder, 40 years under a hood. I live alone on a big farm now. It used to be me, my wife, Maria, and the kids. Cancer took her. The kids moved out. It's just me and my dog, Bosley. I like late-night walks around the property. The stillness keeps my head straight. I've walked that loop hundreds of times. I know every hinge, every board, every way this house complains when the weather changes. Third night, the kitchen lights are on. I don't leave lights on. Farm habit. I call the sheriff's office. 2 deputies sweep the place. Attic to pump room. Polite, thorough, unconvinced. Call if you need us again, sir. It's funny how a sir can make you feel like a ghost in your own home. A business is only as successful as its people are happy. Third night, the kitchen lights are on. I don't leave lights on. Farm habit. I call the sheriff's office. 2 deputies sweep the place. Attic to pump room. Polite, thorough, unconvinced. Call if you need us again, sir. It's funny how a sir can make you feel like a ghost in your own home. I tell myself I'll sleep better if I open the bedroom one last time. I push the door and stop. Maria's clothes are scattered over the floor. I packed those away after the funeral. Boxes now torn open. Her red sweater folded on the bed, like someone tried it on. That kind of mess doesn't happen by accident in a sealed room. There's a woman in the hall doorway, shorter than Maria, face in shadow. She doesn't move. I run. She bolts down the stairs, out the front door. I'm on the porch in seconds. Yard empty, road quiet, air cold. I walk the fence line with Bosley. No prints on the dry patches, no taillights on the road. Just the feeling that the yard is watching. I don't sleep. I put the rifle by the bed and promise I won't need it. That promise doesn't last. A week of small sounds that all feel personal. Then one night, a figure stands in my yard, facing my living room window. Moonlight turns a person into a cutout. I step outside with Bosley and the rifle. 2 warning shots into the air. She turns and runs, like a human. And that somehow is worse, because humans come back. I tell myself she's homeless, high, hungry, any story that makes sense. I lock the doors, but I don't feel sealed. I start walking the interior like a patrol. Windows, latches, the mudroom door, basement bulkhead. I set a coffee mug on the upstairs hallway floor as a trip marker. If it tips, I'll hear it. I check vent covers, attic hatch, the old dumbwaiter shutter by the pantry we never used. I'm not paranoid. I'm a man trying to make rules the house respects. That buys me 3 decent nights. On the 4th, around 1:58 a.m., Bosley growls again. I sit up. The growl isn't pointed at the ceiling this time. It's pointed at the stairwell. SFX, 1 board flex, then stillness. I whisper his name, and he goes silent the way dogs do when they're choosing between bark and bite. I listen. Nothing. Then the faintest click, like a light switch upstairs. I walk to the bottom of the staircase. The air is colder coming down than going up. I can smell old perfume where there shouldn't be any. I back away. I'm not ashamed of that. In daylight, people are practical. So am I. Maybe a woman, desperate or angry, got into my house. Maybe she watched me from the yard. Maybe she took a scarf and a feeling with her. But there are details I can't fold into maybe. I saw someone behind a window that hasn't opened in years. I found a box I didn't open laid out like a memory. I heard a voice in a voicemail that knew my rooms better than I do. And last thing, 2 nights ago, I woke up because Bosley nudged my hand. He walked to the stairwell and sat, head tilted, listening to nothing. I stood behind him and heard it. One slow footstep from the hallway above, and then the soft drag of fabric across the floorboards, like a scarf being pulled toward the door. I didn't go up. I stood there with my dog and told the house out loud, "You can keep the room. I'll live in the ones that still love me." Maybe that's foolish. Maybe it's respect. Either way, the window is still sealed. And I've learned there's a difference between closing a room and closing what remembers you in it. Morning, I go up. The coffee mug is still standing, but the bedroom door, something pushed on it from the inside. You can tell by the way the latch left a bright mark in the old paint. In the room, a box I taped shut years ago is open again. On top, Maria's scarf, the red one she wore on cold Sundays. The tape edges are cleanly peeled, not torn. I check the window latch. I sealed that window the first winter after she died, ran a bead of paint, and put a screw through the latch so the wind wouldn't sing. The screw is still there. The paint line is unbroken. Whatever came and went didn't use the window. That night at 2:11 a.m., my phone buzzes once. No call shown, just one new voicemail from unknown. SFX. Phone beep, then a very quiet room tone. I press play. I hear my house, that refrigerator hum, that tick in the hallway vent when the heat cycles. Then I hear a woman's breath close to the mic. Too close, like a shoulder on your cheek. A whisper. "You left me in the dark." Fabric moves against wood. The message ends. No number to call back. Nothing to show a deputy but a sound I can't share without feeling like I'm inviting it.